Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A pleasant evening and a very warm welcome to the National News broadcast. We are coming to you live from Rupavahini's News Studios. I'm Delanjali Ananda.
And I'm Siobhan Pereira. Let's take a look at your headlines straight away.
The President says the youth are being entrusted with the responsibility for the success of the government's program. Government employees' April salary will be paid before Wednesday, along with the 10,000 rupees salary increase. A decline in consumer prices in the festive period in comparison to the prices last year. Accusations regarding shooting at an elephant which attacks safari jeeps. A committee to safeguard the upcountry dance tradition. Many flights in Britain cancelled due to the Kathleen tornado.
Now for those and other stories in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe emphasized the government's commitment to leading Sri Lanka towards prosperity by 2048 through transformative changes in modern agriculture, tourism and energy sector.
Now, addressing the Let's Start With Me Anuradhapura District Youth Conference, he underscored the vital role of youth in advancing this journey while cautioning against the distractions of slogans and arguments. During the meeting held in Kumbichankulam Lake, President Wickremesinghe engaged with a large number of young participants from the Anuradhapura district addressing their concerns firsthand. He pleaded immediate solutions to many of their problems and instructed officials to take action on others.
සමාජගත වෙන තාරුණ්‍ය නිසි ක්‍රමවේදයක් ඔස්සේ ඔබතුමාලගේ වැඩපිළිවෙළ තුළ ඔවුන්ගේ දායකත්වය රටේ සංවර්ධනය කරලා ලබා ගැනීමයි විශ්වාසය මත ඒ යෝජනා කරමු. මොකක්ද අසමත් වුණා කියන්නේ? බිල් ගේට්ස් ගැන අහලා
President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that in the coming 2 or 3 years, the ordinary level examination could be considered as an examination which determines the passes and failures. It culminates at the education knowledge of 13 years. All vocational training centers will be regarded as professional ventures. They could be turned into faculties of technological education. The President, responding to a query of the youth, said, first of all, the country should prevent the occurrence of a crisis. Only then the future could become bright. In order to enhance exports, the tourist industry will have to be developed. The country needs direct investments, information technology and artificial intelligence. The agricultural sector should be modernized in order to enhance export agriculture. A step that has been taken prior to the modernization program is to grant relief to low-income earners. Both the Aswasuma and some of the recipients will be benefited. The second issue is related to the provision of permits for lands. There are no outright title ownerships. There are 2 million such deeds. The President further said that he hopes to provide such permits for lands starting May of this year. The latest agricultural technology will pave the way for the increase of income. The President added that this would help bring down poverty. The government's aim is to relieve the rural economy from poverty.
නවීකරණයට ඉස්සෙල්ලා අපි පළවෙනි පියවර ගත්තේ අඩු ආදායම් ලාභීන්ට සහනයක් ලබා දෙන්න. ඒ නිසා අස්වැසුම ගෙනල්ලා සමෘද්ධි වාගේ 3 ගුණයක් දෙන්න. එහෙනම් ඒ පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ විසඳලා ඉවරයි. දෙවනුව තියෙන්නේ මේ ප්‍රදේශ ගණනාවක ඉඩම් වලට තියෙන්නේ බලපත්‍ර. මේ ඉඩම් වලට සින්නක්කර ඔප්පු නැහැ. එහෙම ලක්ෂ 20ක් ඉන්නවා. ඉතින් මම බැලුවේ මැයි මාසේ ඉඳන් ඒවා දීලා දාන්න. ඒකට ඊළඟ අවුරුදු කිහිපය තුලදී මෙතෙන්ට එනවා නවීන කෘෂිකර්මය, නවීන කෘෂිකර්මය එක්ක ආදායම් වැඩි වෙනවා. ආදායම් වැඩි වුණාම ග්‍රාමීය පළාත්වල දුප්පත්කමත් අඩු වෙනවා. එහෙනම් රටේ සම්පූර්ණ ගැමි ආර්ථිකය ආපහු දුප්පත්කමෙන් මුදවන්න ඉන්නේ.
සියලු පක්ෂ එකට එකතු වෙලා එක ගමනක්, එක අරමුණක්, එක වැඩපිළිවෙලක් එක්ක මේ ගමන යන්නයි අපි සූදානම් වෙලා ඉන්නේ.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe also engaged in a dialogue with a group of Anuradhapura district lawyers yesterday. On this occasion, the President has stated that the local political party system should be formulated with the objective of building the economy of the country and not to meddle with the economy according to the needs of the party. He has also pointed out that attempting to work in contrary to the needs of the country may lead to the country to a greater catastrophe. The attorneys at law on this occasion has presented their opinions regarding the government's program for economic upheaval and also their professional requests. The president has taken the initiative to provide instant solutions to some of their requests. He has assured that funds would be allocated for the construction of a resting place for the lawyers with the objective of enhancing their professional status of the Anuradhapura district attorneys at law. He has also recalled that democracy of the country has shaken by certain incidents in the recent past. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that representatives of the numerous parties have arrived and that was a good sign. He has also said that he arrived at the meeting not as the UNP leader but as the president of the country. The time of traditional thinking is over. This is the time for collective political activity. All must come together, and that does not mean abolition of party politics. The needs of the country are more urgent than politics. The president has recalled how nobody came forward to take charge of the responsibilities. One parliamentarian was murdered. Some people had approved such acts. He has questioned whether the Bar Association condemned these incidents.
State Minister of Finance Ranjit Siambalapitiya says government employees' salaries for the month of April will be paid before next Wednesday. The minister further points out that the salary increase of 10,000 rupees granted through the budget will also be provided with the salary. State Minister of Finance Ranjit Siambalapitiya said that the salaries that should be paid normally in the final part of the month will be paid by the 10th of this month. All plans are being made for tomorrow with the provisions of the 10,000 rupee salary increase. The additional expenditure to be incurred as a result of the salary increase is nearly 13 billion rupees. Funds have already been allocated for increased payments for retired workers as well. Altogether, nearly 28 billion rupees have been reserved. The President has further pointed out that in addition, allowances for Atsvasma and other welfare beneficiaries have already been paid. It has also been reported that measures were taken to increase the allowances of Gramanidharis as well. State Minister Ashok Priyantha in a communique says the office allowance and stationery allowance for Gramanidharis have been increased with effect from the 1st of this month.
Only 6 more days to go before the dawn of the Sinhala and Tamil New Year. People throughout the country are now getting ready to celebrate this magnanimous event. A somewhat decline in the prices of consumer items has been witnessed in the country and the current festive season in comparison to the last year. Vegetable prices also remain at a lower level these days. Special police teams have been deployed for the protection of the general public arriving to purchase goods for the festive season. The main objective is to prevent the pilfering of money and goods of the people, especially in the suburban areas due to overcrowding.
The Kandy District Presidential Operational Office of the United National Party was officially declared open at the UNP office in the Kandy town today. General Secretary of UNP Palitharange Bandara, Minister Manushanana Kara and Chief of Presidential Staff and former Minister Sagla Ratnayaka were also present on the occasion. Thereafter, a media briefing was held. Minister Manushanana Kara said that they have worked to strengthen the rupee and conduct talks with IMF to bring the country out of bankruptcy. Prices of consumer items have also been reduced to some extent.
මිනිස්සුන්ගේ පඩි වැඩි කරන විදිය කතා කරා. ඡන්ද රැස්වීම තියදී වේදිකා තියදී අපේක්ෂකයා කවුද කොහොමද ඡන්ද කරන්න කියලා කල්පනා කරේ නැහැ. මොකද ඡන්දේ නෙවෙයි අංක 1. මේ රටේ මිනිස්සු. එතුමා කී සැරයක් ඇවිල්ලා
Presidential staff and former Minister Sagar Ratnayaka said that it was due to the political acumen of the president the people were driven out of extreme economic hardships. The president has also strengthened the economy and built confidence in the people.
We have more local news. Details have been reported of a wild elephant attacking safari jeeps arriving at the Udawalawa Wildlife Park. Camera footage of such an incident was circulated in social media in the past few days. The massive beast that chases safari jeeps is none other than the wild elephant called Udawalawa Bullet. It can be seen near the electric fence. This elephant has some friendship with humans as well, as they tend to feed it on their way. The past experiences of Bullet in his first heated state were not that pleasing. It was brought to the Udawalawa Elephant Orphanage from Settikulam in 1998. The real name of Bullet was Senade, which was subjected to treatments from wounds sustained due to gunshot injuries in its young date. The animal was freed to the Udawalawa Wildlife Sanctuary in 2003. Although Bullet spent its early days with its other elephant companions, now it is a lonely creature passing the age of 25 years. Bullet was seen looking forward for a mate near the fence. In the meantime, due to the extreme anger, the elephant was trying to attack vehicles. Some rubber bullets were reported to have been used to calm down the elephant. Authorities of the Udawalawa National Wildlife Park, upon inquiry, said some bullets were fired into the sky in order to frighten the Udawalawa bullet. They further say safari jeeps have been warned not to enter the area where the wild elephant was roaming. A 2-week entry ban for vehicles was reported to have been enforced. It has been pointed out that the dangers of feeding wild animals and elephants without realizing the repercussions should be looked into. The tourism industry relies on valuable treasures like the bullet. Therefore, the need to protect the tourist industry while protecting the wildlife resources has been reiterated.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe says policies of the United National Party do not exist in Samagi Jana Balawege today. He further points out that the economic policies of the SJB today are controlled by a group chased away from the Pohottua party. He has made these remarks at a political party representatives meeting at the President's office in Kandy today.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that with the exit of Gotabaya Rajapaksa from the post of presidency, a problem had been created. The opposition in the parliament shunned their responsibilities and escaped. They were left with the task of rebuilding the country. The president further said that the task in front of all is to bring the country to a most stable position. However, he added that the problem does not end there. The proper methodology should be carried forward to enhance the economy. It should be restructured. Another important factor is the creation of an export-oriented economy. In the past 2 years, legislation have been enacted to secure this condition. A minority group in the Pohottua group went to the opposition and entered the SJB.
ඔක්කොම පක්ෂ බෙදුණා. පොහොට්ටුවේ සභාපතිතුමයි සුළුතරයක් විපක්ෂයට ගියා. නැත්නම් දැන් ඒ කණ්ඩායම ගිහින් සමගි ජනවේගය අල්ලගෙන එදා කිව්වේ අපි UMP අපිට ගිහින් සිරිකොතත් අල්ල ගන්න ඕනේ කියලා 20 දී අද මොකද්ද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මේ කණ්ඩායම ගිහින් දැන් සජවේ යට වෙලා මේ කට්ටිය මම පින්තූරේ දිහා බැලුවාම කවුද ළඟින් ඉන්නේ පොහොට්ටුවේ සභාපතිතුමා එතන ඉන්නවා ආර්ථික විශේෂඥ අර ගොඩපෙරක දෝරුවා අර්ෂ සිල්වා නේ ඉතින් මං අහන්නේ මේක UMP යක්ද නැද්ද කියලා දැන් UMP නැති වෙලා ඉතින් UMP කියන්න ඕනේ එදා ඡන්දෙ දුන්න යට දැන් UMP නැහැ මේක ආරක්ෂා කරේ මම මේ ඉන්නේ ආණ්ඩු බලය අරන් මිනිස්සුන්ට වැඩ කරන්න ලෑස්ති කණ්ඩායම අද ආණ්ඩුවේ ඉන්නේ විපක්ෂයේ ඉන්නේ අගමැතිකම දුන්නාමත් පැනලා ගියේ කණ්ඩායම.
A meeting between local government representatives of many political parties and President Ranil Wickremesinghe has taken place at the President's office in Kandy today. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has met Kandy traditional dancers at the President's house in Kandy this morning. The President instructed Minister of Labour and Foreign Employment Manusha Nanayakkara to explore the possibility of providing pension to traditional Kandian dancers as a gesture of recognition for their invaluable contribution to the cultural heritage of Sri Lanka. The artists have extended their appreciation on their programs being implemented by the President Ranil Wickremesinghe to create a better country for all persons by developing the economy of the country.
හේවිසි සම්ප්‍රදාය කියන එක නැත්තට නැතිවෙලා තියෙන බෑන්ඩ් කියලා කොටසක් යොදාගෙන තියෙන ඒවා තියෙන්නට ඕනේ ඒවා වැදගත් කරන්න.
එක අතකින් වෙන එක කාලයකටවත් වඩා දැන් උඩරට කලාව
President Ranil Wickremesinghe has underscored the significance of preserving other traditional arts of the country, such as Sabaragamo dance, and instructed officials to address the challenges faced by traditional dancers in Kandy, ensuring they receive the necessary support and recognition.
Now, today is the 7th day of the Sundara Nuvareliya Salalihini Vasante. Large crowds are arriving in Nuvareliya from many parts of the island to participate in the festival.
එවැගේම අද ශේනානන්ද දහම් පාසලේ දරුවන්ගේ අවුරුදු උත්සවය පැවැත්වුණා. ජාතික රූපවාහිනියටත් ආරාධනා ලැබුණා මේ අවුරුදු උත්සවයට සහභාගී වීම සඳහා. ඒ වගේම තමයි අද දවසේ මෝටර රථ ධාවන තරගයක් පැවැත්වුණා. තරගකරුවන් 100කට වැඩි පිරිසක් මේ සඳහා සම්බන්ධ වී සිටින ආකාරය අපට දැක ගන්න පුළුවන් වුණා. ඉතින් ජාතික රූපවාහිනිය මේ සියල්ල අද දවසේදී ඔබට සමීප කරා. ඒ වගේමයි සුන්දර නුවරඑළිය
The Oya Multipurpose Project, which adds 120 megawatts capacity of electricity to the national grid, is scheduled to be declared open by the end of this month. Minister Pavitra Vanyarachi says President Ranil Wickremesinghe has provided the necessary instructions in connection with the inauguration of the project. Work on the Oya Multifaceted Project had commenced in year 2011 with an estimated cost of $513 million. The water being accumulated in the dams of Puhulpola and Diraba Reservoir is being carried to two underground turbines through a 23-kilometer long tunnel. The water, after being used in generation of electricity, is being directed towards the reservoir of Alikota Ara and Handapangala and Kuda Oya. The water being irrigated in this manner is planned to be utilized in the cultivation of 20,000 acres of paddy lands in both the Yala and Maha seasons. Another objective of the Oya project is to nurture the cultivated lands in the Uva Velasa through an irrigation network via the Kirindi Oya basin. This also enables to fulfill the drinking water requirement of the people in the Badul and Muraragla districts.
Now, a newly constructed milk processing factory in Manampitiya in Polonnaruwa was declared open yesterday. It was built at a cost of 650 million rupees under French aid. The factory was established under the program of setting up small-scale milk processing centers. It is a joint project of the Livestock Resources Development Divisions of the Ministries of Agriculture and Plantation Industries. Minister Mahinda Maravira has presided over the opening ceremony. French Ambassador in Sri Lanka Jean-Francois and State Ministers Siripara Gamrat and DP Herat were also present at the event.
The details of some Alut Aurud festivals organized in connection with the Sinhala and Tamil New Year are follows. Bhattaramulla Surya Mangalaya was conducted throughout the day today at the Uda grounds. Aurud folk games were among the many cultural features of the festival. An Aurud festival for persons with special needs was held at the Kegol police station, which was organized by the Kegol district secretariat. The BFJ Dhamma School affiliated to the Sri Jayavardhana Vihara Rajagriha was also organized and ordered the ceremony, giving prominence to all the traditions. That's all the news from home. Stay tuned for international stories coming up next.
Creama Kottumi, hot and spicy Nava Vasarak Veva.
Now, intense winds across the central United States this weekend are fueling critical fire danger, leaving roads closed and thousands without power in some areas. Low relative humidity is combining with high winds to create an extreme fire weather threat across the western half of the southern and central plains, the highest risk level for fire weather. Across much of the plains, over 10 million people were under red flag warnings spanning nearly border to border. The widespread fire risk will persist across parts of the central and southern plains through Sunday, driven by gusty dry air and an ongoing drought. Any fires that start will be difficult to contain in the strong winds, the National Weather Service warned. Firefighters of Oklahoma were battling several wildfires across 6 counties amid winds as strong as 60 mph on Saturday. Aircraft were brought in to slow the fires down, which were still burning Saturday night. Woodward County Emergency Manager Matt told media that one wildfire temporarily triggered evacuation orders and 2 firefighters were taken to a hospital with burn injuries while battling the flames. High wind warnings are in effect from Colorado east of the Rockies into central Nebraska and Kansas through Sunday evening, with gusts of up to 95 mph expected.
Now in more foreign news, tens of thousands of Israelis have rallied against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, demanding a Gaza hostage deal. The rallies in Tel Aviv and other cities came after the Israeli Defense Forces recovered the body of hostage Elad Katzir. Protesters chanted "Elections now" and "Elad, we're sorry," local media reported. Later, police forcibly dispersed the Tel Aviv crowd. Anti-government protesters were joined by families of hostages held in Gaza. Demonstrators expressed their frustration with the government's inability to free around 130 hostages who remain in Gaza, held by Hamas and its allies. Earlier on Saturday, the IDF recovered the body of Elad Katzir, who was seized and taken to Gaza during the Hamas attacks on southern Israel on October 7th. He appeared to be alive in a hostage video released in January. Organizers said that the protest in Tel Aviv had drawn 100,000 people, while other counts put attendance around 45,000. The demonstrations were the latest of a series of huge anti-government protests demanding that Prime Minister Netanyahu step down, amid fury that he has failed to free the remaining hostages.
Creama Kottumi, hot and spicy Nava Vasarak Veva.
Now, Battle of Anuradhapura, a big match cricket encounter between the Malayadeva and St. Anne's colleges, was ended without a result at the Velagadara Stadium in Kuranagal yesterday. Malayadeva team batting first were all out for 119 runs in their first innings. The St. Anne's team has responded with a score of 219 runs. The Malayadeva team in their second innings were at 326 runs for the loss of 6 wickets at close of play yesterday. Man of the match was all-rounder Sanuja Disanaika of St. Anne's team.
The Ran Siha Satana big match between the Rahula College Matara and the Dharmapala Vidyalaya Pannipitiya also ended in a draw at the Uyanvatta Stadium in Matara. The match was played for the 13th occasion. Matara Rahula team openers who came to the field first have collected 176 runs. The Dharmapala Vidyalaya first innings score was restricted to 117 runs. The Rahula team has declared that their second innings when the score was at 126 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. When the play ended yesterday, the Dharmapala team was struggling to avert defeat with a score of 140 runs for the loss of 9 wickets.
The Balapitiya Siddhartha College team has won the big match of Battle of the Heroes against the Revatha College Balapitiya in their 34th annual encounter. The Siddhartha College has collected 91 runs in their first innings in the match played at the Balapitiya Teachers College grounds yesterday. The Revatha team has scored 138 runs in their first innings and Siddhartha College was able to record 107 runs in their second inning. Accordingly, the Revatha team was set with a victory target of 60 runs, but they managed to score only 46 runs, giving the Siddhartha College a 14-run victory.
The Battle of Salpiti Raigam Korala between Horana Takshila Central College and the Piliyandala Central College was another drawn fixture, which ended at the Dizoisa grounds in Moratuwa yesterday. Horana Takshila team scored 280 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in their first innings. The Piliyandala Central team were all out for 323 runs in their first inning. The match came to an end when the Taxila team's score in their second innings was at 34 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Tarusha Dilhara of Piliyandala Central College was adjudged as man of the match.
Creama Kottumi, hot and spicy Nava Vasarak Veva.
That's all the news we have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on Channel Eye. I'm Delanjali together with Siobhan signing off. Good night.